fake, then took off.
That's an ugly play. Damn.
We keep it 100. We keep it 100. Hey, country cousin. We keep it 100. We keep it 100. We keep it 100. Hey, country cousin. We keep it 100.
We doing another one?
Fruit punch.
So is prison the?
Was you loading, motherfucker?
I was trying to get I was trying to see if I got the music right. So is prison the equivalent to hell? Is prison the equivalent to hell?
Yes.
So you said you kill yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all were saying, "Is there heaven or hell?" Doug, I'm curious. Do you believe? Okay, I don't mean to typecast you, put you in some kind of box, but sometimes I kind of feel that you're too smart for your own good. So I feel like there's certain conversations I can't have with you because I feel like you're gonna get technical with it. Like if I'm I wouldn't have a theological conversation with Doug just because he's gonna be like, well, facts say blah blah blah, and I can't do blah blah blah, and someone's like, okay, do you believe there's a hell?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know no more. I'm not the reincarnation type dude, but I do think people have been here before. So
Hold on, people been here before.
yeah, I think a lot of this shit. You think the last breath you have, that's it. Like that, you just. And
I
that's,
believe
and
my
then it's black.
spirit. My spirit will live on somewhere.
So
But
it's good.
physical body, no, I don't believe.
No, but with that saying, because all he's saying, it sounds like all you're
That's what
saying,
I'm saying. You
is your
transfer
spirit
to something
transfers
else.
to something else.
Transfer it to a new baby, and then you come back and you gotta relearn everything.
Hey,
I don't
Quantum
know.
Leap.
Huh?
Hey, Quantum Leap.
USA.
Is that what that show was?
Yeah.
I ain't never watched
So
it.
I've been probably weekly. Me and FCC be get on this
Philosophical, spiritual shit.
Yeah, he will hit you with some shit.
Right.
He will a couple times he's just blown my fucked up my entire afternoon. I had all intentions of getting work done. We had this conversation. I'm like, I ain't doing this.
I mean, if you look at Christianity, you have to take it as a whole. You know what I mean? Some people try to say, hey, things that happened in the past that wasn't real Christians and things of that nature. So, religion in itself is just confusing. Point blank period. Because you got to think about it. You have all these denominations, right, that falls up under Christianity. But then you have subgroups up under that. Because you have, take for instance, Church of Christ. You have a white Church of Christ, you have a black Church of Christ. You know what I mean? You have, so they're teaching out the same book, but in a different way, so every different race or different group can understand it. So if we're all praying to the same God and doing all these things, why has it be broken down so much?
I mean, my thing about church is that it's a business.
Right. I agree with you on that.
So above everything, that's a business. So when people are like, oh, you don't go to church, you da-da-da. Nah, that's a business. People say it's for the congregation, it's for fellowship. Cool. I fellowship with my homies. We talk about more real shit than anybody I've ever talked to at church is ever going to talk about. We're not going to look at it through the same prism of, everything is holy, everything is this. I just hate the whole, if something good happens, it's God blessing you. If something bad, it's the devil.
I don't see. I think I've found more spirituality in the last 3 years than I ever had my entire life. But I also figured, for a little while, I thought it was going to church that was helping it, but that's not it. You can have it on your own. I don't necessarily. I agree with everything that happens. Good is because of God, but I also think everything that happens bad is God too, just preparing you for the next good part. I don't believe that the devil made you stub your toe. I don't believe the devil made you get into a car accident.
Or they made you go kill 10 people.
Yeah, that was your choice to do that. But I think good and bad. That's God doing it for you, because if it's bad, like, you learn how to handle some shit. I'm not saying, don't take any offense to this, but I think God put you in the situation, the hardship you went through growing up, to put you where you are now. And now you can handle what you can handle now, and you're the person you are now. The devil didn't make you live in a fucked up environment. God put you in a fucked up environment, said, I'm going to make sure Flock grows up, sees all this fucked up environment, and meets Dub when he needs to meet him, and Dub meets Flock when he needs to meet. I think everything
I said that we met we met at the right time for the right reason.
Correct.
Right.
But I also feel like white people think God left them in charge.
And it's false.
No. So going to that
because they own the business, aka the churches, so they feel that they have this right to feel that way, and that's so incorrect.
Right, but that goes to the point though. Like, the Bible talks about free will and things of that nature, right? So this put like this, God's our manager, right? He's the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I get off at 3:30.
So no, seriously. So
I just
like
business casual.
Like, God's the manager, right? So if you're the manager and you're managing this team or a production team, and you want to achieve a certain output, why would you put kinks in a way so you can't achieve this type of output?
Did you say kinks or chinks?
Kinks.
Oh, okay. To make sure we weren't racist.
Obstacles.
Challenges.
Right, barriers. Whatever word you want to use.
Barrier, I like that. Okay.
Well, if everything was easy,
everyone would do it.
There you go.
I get it, but it goes back to free will.
But why are we always on the low end of the easy spectrum? Like, black people have historically been the shitted on category of the world.
Marginalized.
But I'm not putting that on religion, though.
Why not?
Why not?
That's how they sold everything. That is
No. Religion is how they got through. That's when they started with the old hymns and the Lord gonna get you through, and that's how we've been foolish in New Age. Is that, you know, people say stay with your husband. Well, your husband has slept with everybody on the block, or your street. Now I don't care. People have used religion the wrong way
as a shield to make you feel okay with doing whatever shit dumb or wrong, whatever it is. People use God as the shield.
Okay, how about this? What about the motherfuckers that came over from Africa that was enslaved, right? They had their own belief system.
Correct.
That's all religion is, a belief system, right? Had their own belief system.
A bunch of theories.
And what did they do? They manipulated them and said, hey, you need to convert over. They converted over. Now you have what you currently see as, you know, the Black American now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we're disconnected from our ancestors. We have no identity.
We have no culture.
We have no Thank you, sir. That's exactly what I was saying. We have no culture.
What do Italians always say? I'm Italian. I'm from Scottish. I'm Scottish.
Right.
You know, they have their own thing. Even they're Scottish Catholics, right? Like, they're their own sect of that, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking the
There are.
No, he's right. And I guess I'm thinking about it because we don't even have that type of love or pride for each other anyway.
That's
which
what's
is fucked
really
up.
sad.
Like, we don't.
That started back with them mind whipping us with religion.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like,
they didn't whip us with religion. We used religion as an outlet.
We was taught religion. We were taught their religion.
That.
Right?
And just like when they sang them old hymns, that's how they felt like prayer came from, he can get me out of this. And, you know, like, that's how they started singing those old hymns. And, you know, Underground Railroad. And
prayer was survival.
Right. Prayer came from survival. A motherfucker whooping my ass.
Everybody believes in a higher being.
When you have no other choice, when you don't have a choice to do anything, when you treat it as an animal, you have no choice. You're gonna believe in something.
5/3 man or 3/4.
You're gonna pray to something.
Yes, and that's what kept them connected.
3/5.
I feel like that's what kept them connected. Now, do I believe that they use religion? I mean, they use race today as a. I just really think sometimes it's misused. Like, oh, they only doing that because I'm black. No, they're doing that because you're wrong. So, you need to be all the way in the right. I think things come down to race that shouldn't. I don't think that everything is about black and white. I just don't.
Well, we don't have any nationalistic history other than slavery and deceit. Like, if America really wanted to fix its issues, we would go back like all these other nations and be like, look, we was wrong, black people. Let's start over. Right. It's like any abusive relationship, you're going to either move past it or you're going to go to the next relationship.
Okay, I get it.
Black people have never moved on from their abusive relationship with America.
Yeah. They putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill.
Who gives a fuck about that?
Right.
And they also try to have motherfucking Julie Roberts play her, so fuck that. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of energy.
That's not helping us.
They try to let Julie Roberts play.
Yeah.
Harriet.
There's a document came out. The fucking filmmakers are like, yeah, we can have Julie Roberts play Harriet Tubman. It's so long ago, like they wouldn't really know.
Fuck that.
But that's the problem. Is we weren't afforded the land grants and the
property,
the different types of programs that even my great grandfather served in the Korean War. This motherfucker's 92 years old.
Drink Crown.
Drink Crown every day.
Bow.
The people he served with came back to a house, probably back then a $20,000 that would actually appreciate.
Yeah.
So a 92-year-old white man that had the same level that he had was 4 levels of income better than him 20 years after the war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
And their kids were able to go to a good school, which afforded them to go to a good college. We gave them a good career. So now they got a 40-year head start on us.
Yeah.
I mean, case in point, like look at in today's housing market here, right? Yeah. The better schools are in the higher housing markets, right? So if you want to go to
it's
a good
way
school,
to keep you, yeah.
Right, it's a way to keep you down. The more affordable homes, you get a nice affordable home, but the school is going to be shitty for your kids.
Yeah.
So now what we're doing, we outsourcing the kids and sending them to private schools.
I got one Stephen A. Smith comment about that. Niggas got to take some more responsibility in their kids' education. Schools are only bad
because of what's happening.
Because your parent didn't give a fuck about your education. They sent you to school and was like, here, you deal with them. No, you got to beat their ass when they come home, too.
Right. I get that piece.
And don't think that you're going to send your school way out to a school that's going to be better for them, that they can relate to them, because that's not always true. They don't treat your kids better because they go to that school.
It's worse.
It's worse.
They don't have anybody to identify with. I'm case in point of that. Because I went from city school through 8th grade to his school freshman year, and I was completely outcasted.
Yeah.
Because you go to a school that's 92% white.
Yeah.
What was it? 2,000 kids at the school.
I was his friend.
My daughter's principal was black.
You weren't in my classes either,
so she gets it. My daughter can relate to that.
Right.
I had a couple smart classes. He had like all smart classes.
Right.
But I went from a school where everybody was in the smart class, not just the white kids. I went to a school where we sang the
We Shall Overcome.
Right, the Negro spirituals during Black History Month. And the white kids sang it too, and they knew it by heart, better than we did. You don't have that connection if you go outside your neighborhood. The problem with St. Louis is our neighborhoods are fucked. We don't have any neighborhoods. The only neighborhoods that exist are in white neighborhoods. Kirkwood,
What do you
Webster,
mean by neighborhoods?
where you don't have to leave your neighborhood to get everything you need.
Right.
Mm.
There is no bounce house up in North County.
There's barely a nice YMCA in North County. And
what'd you say? The wedding,
There's barely wedding venues. There's like 1 or 2 yoga studios. There's no juice bars. There's one Smoothie King.
There are buy here, pay here's, loan advance places on every corner, nail shops,
liquor stores.
Yeah, that's what's on our corners.
But we don't invest in our own shit. We would rather go to somebody else's stuff, or if we do have something, we let it get so ratchet, ghettofied that nobody wants to, patronize it anymore. But that
Or because
comes with
they're
us.
because they look like us, we feel like we don't have to pay the same amount. Oh, you should be hooking me up. No, you should still be paying because that's how we That's how we gonna get us.
That's
to
how
a
we
certain
grow.
level.
That's how we
Right.
make our money. But I do agree with parenting starts at home and education starts at home because we got to make sure we got to make sure that we instilling in our kids how to behave when they out here.
Right.
Part of it though is like the only thing we can do is control our narrative. I'd say 100% confidently, everybody who's sitting in this room now gives a shit about how their children are being raised, and we are completely involved. We know exactly what's going on.
Yes.
We will be. So the only thing we can do is control our narrative, and then instill in our offspring, hey, you need to do the same thing.
So let me tell you guys just real quickly what happened to me at work. So I went up to this office, this lady, she usually sends emails that are very condescending, and she always has kind of talked down to me, and it always made me kind of bothered. Anyway, we're going back and forth in email, and both of us are kind of lost, and she reports to a VP. Her VP is black. My VP is white. She and I have a conversation. I said, hey, it's better for me to come up to your office because, in the emails they sound condescending and sometimes it makes me frustrated. So I think it's better for us to have a verbal conversation. That way we can get on the same page. She said, well, your emails are condescending, blah, blah, blah. I said, but I don't have an office and I'm not a director. I'm an individual contributor. So we go there and we go back and forth. And the conversation just, she never once invited me in her office to sit down. She's always kind of been this way, but not just to me, but other people as well that I
Black or white?
Black.
Oh,
She's white.
yeah, no.
Okay.
No. I'm saying, does she have that same issue with other
Other
black
black
people,
people,
or what
yes.
about other white people too?
White people, I have not seen that. So,
Okay.
But I can't say that she doesn't. Okay, we're gonna give her a fair chance.
Okay.
Fuck that crap.
Okay, so next thing,
Antonio
not even shortly, maybe 5 minutes after I leave her office, I go to my director's office who I report to, and I say, hey, conversation between me and this lady didn't go well. I don't know if we really came to a resolution. I sent her a message, told her, she sent me a message, asked me, could we talk? And I told her yes, and I went up there. I told her exactly what happened, play by play. My director, not my VP. Now, 5 minutes later, I go to her VP's office, and I say, hey, Stephanie, don't know if we really got a real agreement on what's going on. Maybe we should have a meeting next week. She said, great, fine. She looks on her IM, and the lady that I talked to sent her a message and said, Mia better be glad that I didn't sucker punch her in the face.
Oh,
What?
When she left my office. She showed it to me. Now, her VP should have never shown me that.
But also, her VP needs to escort her monk ass to HR.
Her VP should have told her, not cool, don't. She was like, what happened? Slow down. Next thing you know, she said, okay, never mind. She didn't tell her VP what happened. She went straight to my VP. Now, this white girl that sits beside me, I said, it really puzzles me why she didn't go to her own VP rather than going to mine. She said, you know why? Because she's white. And this was a white girl that said it. She said, because her VP is Stephanie, right? I said, yeah. She said, oh, well, Stephanie's black. She was like, so that's why she didn't go to her own. She went to yours. So she went and told her that I scared her. That I scared her. She pulled a number. I scared her. And if she had taken one more step toward me, I was going to pull out in the parking lot. And I promise y'all I don't behave like that in corporate America. I really, really don't.
We can't.
You can't, because I don't really have a whole lot of room for error. But when she pulled the I scared her card, that really did it for me. But I couldn't tell HR what happened because I didn't want to compromise her VP. And say that she showed me that message about her sucker punching me. So you tell your VP that she was going to sucker punch me, and you tell my VP I scared you. So now I know that there is something going on here that you're trying to accomplish, right?
it's a narrative. Right?
There you go.
I'd have had to apologize. I'd have had to compromise her VP.
You would have?
Nah,
Because
you don't.
I didn't want
you
to.
didn't burn yourself in the whole office at that point.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that because
you
I
need
could
allies.
need her. Yeah.
You need allies, bro.
Well-
I think if it came down to it, I would. But at this point, my VP, when I had a conversation with her, I told her, I said, someone came to you about me, and I would like anytime that somebody comes to you about me, you come talk to me as well, because there's always two sides to every story. If my daughter come home and say the teacher did blah, 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 and said this and that, and I'm going to ask her, what did you do? Because when somebody comes to complain to me, I want to know if you want to come tell me that somebody's talking about me, I want to know what you said.
Right.
Tell me the whole story.
Tell me the whole story. Don't give me half of it, right? So when I told my VP that, she said, "Well, I didn't come to you, so you don't have anything to worry about." And we left it there.
What's the relationship or the talking between you and this punk ass bitch?
We don't have to work together that often. She's in a whole different department. I don't report to her, but I do have to work hand in hand with her sometimes with my team.
I had a similar thing. That my manager was in a meeting with all the big wigs,
Oh, you the one you were just talking about?
and white lady just throws me totally under the bus. Blanket statement: I'm not getting the support I need from this area. And he was like, "Okay, you know, we can take that offline. You know, blah blah blah." Which one rubbed me the wrong way because I got the you can't give me a verbal lashing in front of a crowd, but then a private apology.
Yeah, you got to apologize to me in front of everybody.
You got to tell that same group of people, "Oh, I misspoke," you know, whatever, something.
That way we can, yeah.
Because now you done shit it on me, and now I got to defend myself for some shit I don't even know happened. So he pulls me to the side and was like, "Look, she said it, you know, let's go ahead and just make sure we got all our this in a row." I was like, "Well, did you ask her what are you not getting?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, it wasn't the right setting." I was like, "See, that's where you kind of fucked me."
Yeah, because if you're who I report to and you can defend me, I would expect for you to jump right in and then we have a conversation on the back end.
Well, I said, all you had to do was say, "Hey, in 45 seconds or less, can you give me an example?"
Yeah.
If they have nothing, then everybody in the room hears that it was just fluff. It was
Yeah.
somebody crying wolf. You know, if it was something, then they can point to a specific incident.
Yeah.
Now we can trace that incident instead of me doing all this, you know, digging for some shit. I don't even know what you want to see.
I don't even know what I'm going to find. I don't really know what I'm looking for.
Right.
So, same thing.
You know, I had, before I understand what you mean because, you know, when I have people on my team, I just expect for us to look out for each other. If some shit come up on a call, I want you to, you know, on a conference, I want you to speak up, you know, on my behalf, and I'm going to do the same for you. And after like that should just be understood, but you definitely don't get that. And when it come down to that corporate America, man, it's every man for themselves. But them motherfuckers gonna stick together. They always do, and they always have.
You know
to
why?
To a certain extent, though.
Oh, it's two things though. Half of them don't have the credentials to go somewhere else, so they gonna make sure that they cover each other.
Yeah, because they shouldn't be there in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, like he said, if they don't like that motherfucker either, or if they think they got a shot at their job, they'll throw their ass.
Up under the butt.
Yeah. You know what the thing about it is that we just have to always make sure we in the right, because just like when I suffered my job loss, I was off work for 6 months, and it was pretty much me in the state against this company that I had sued.
Were you sucking dick and selling knives?
No, I was not, nigga. I was claiming unemployment on every Wednesday. That was a cool. I wouldn't be in a drought right now if I was ass sucking. Ooh. Anyway, it was me in the state against this company that I was suing for discrimination and unlawful termination. Discrimination is one of the hardest things to prove.
Yep.
But because I was the only supervisor in that area, I was able to prove my case.
That's truly the hardest thing.
Not only that, the day that I left that company, I came in and they told me that I didn't fit their culture. And that was their reason for firing me. They never told me, I had just had a raise for my performance. They had pretty much told me.
So they didn't take you through no progression.
I never got rolled up.
Right.
They told me that I did not fit their culture.
That's where they fucked up at.
And I had already filed a state complaint against them. They just hadn't received it yet. I had filed a complaint through Missouri Commission on Human Rights because I knew that my culture, my environment every day was changing. And it was because I had questions to my HR person like, hey, where do we have this written at? Because why can't Toya on my team, who's black, get the same promotion that Jenny O's getting over here and they're performing the exact same? So when I started asking questions about why I couldn't move my people forward, it was an issue.
Right.
It was pretty much like, you shut up and you don't fit here. They gave me a severance, like a $5,000 package, told me to sign my name at the dotted line, and they was giving it to me, and I just took a leap on faith, and I didn't take it. I cashed out my 401k and lived off of that for 6 months. And then I looked at my lawsuit.
They tried to hit you with the hush money.
Right.
They tried to hit me with it. But when I fucked them up, because I got to the table and said, I'm going to have my attorney look over this paperwork, because it's really some fine print that I'm not sure about. So
Right.
I'll come back to it. Never did.
Non-disclosure.
But people have to understand that, yeah, you live in an at-will state, yeah, you can, but you do have things like race, religion, sexual orientation that are in your favor.
So let me clear up a myth about that at will state, right?
Yes.
At will-
Come on, HR.
I'm just saying at will is really bullshit because it's really for the employees, right? So think about it like this, right? If you quit your job tomorrow, right? You have no financial obligations to them or anything like that. You don't owe them anything, right? But if they come in and fire you for no reason at all, because it's an at-will state, they're going to have to pay you out unemployment. They're going to have to go through what they just went through with you with suits
If
and
you're
stuff
smart
like
enough to get a lawyer.
Right. So therefore, at-will state is just for really the employees. Like if you're employed...
And how much proof do you have to do to show for termination? Just whatever your company standard is?
Not even just that. You have to show burden. Like you told this person had a performance issue, attendance issue, or whatever, and you was going through some type of progressionary action. Like, hey, here's a counseling for, your attendance. Boom, you signed on this date. If you've never signed on anything or never received anything, or they can't prove it,
that's why I was able to fight my case.
Exactly.
Remember, I was telling
burden of proof
about Jesus. I was like, don't sign. That's why I was saying don't sign. Because they tried to get me to just sign it, saying, oh, this isn't a true performance plan, but we just think you should work on these things. All right, well, let's just work on it. I don't have to have a plan for a plan.
Right.
Let's just document the things that I need to work on. I don't need to sign a paper.
Yeah.
And they was like, well, we just think it'd be best if you do. I'm like, no, I'm good. Is this meeting over? And that's why they hated my black ass, because I was not with none of the
I'm
bullshit.
not with the signing, and definitely look at the fine print anytime somebody says something like that.
He signed it.
No.
Because they're gonna hold you to it. I mean, also, then also that means the burden of proof becomes back on you. Like, just say you're on a performance improvement plan, right? What metrics are they using to quantify this? How do they quantify?
What if you have a piece of shit employee and you haven't had them? You've had informal counselings or whatever, but nothing's been signed. But they know they're a shitty employee. You know they're a shitty employee. Their coworkers know they're a shitty employee.
What if you have a shitty girlfriend that don't cook, don't clean?
You love to give a good example. Good example, looking ass. Come on with it.
I'm just saying, like
this bitch lonely. That's why you give a good example.
Good lonely, just a walking vagina.
How does she know that she ain't shit?
I've told her she ain't shit. You ain't shit.
So at that point, all right, I'm gonna cheat on you. You ain't shit. Is that justified?
No.
You don't have nothing to hold it to.
Right.
This bitch just your girlfriend. Cut her loose.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can cut him loose. But I'm looking at his perspective where he's like, hey, do you have...
I mean, it's gonna
you
be,
ain't document nothing.
Right. Then it's going to be financial ramifications. You're going to lose unemployment. That's the biggest thing. But discrimination is the hardest thing to prove.
But you only pay unemployment until they get another job?
No, actually, unemployment can go for up to 2 years in Missouri, I believe.
Even though they got another job?
Not even though.
No,
I'm
once
just
you
saying,
get another job, it's all.
It goes up to 2 years in Missouri, I believe, and 5 years in Illinois.
You have to be applying, two jobs a week?
Right, but
Yeah.
you know how you apply? Indeed. Oh, I sent mine.
Right.
I applied for this and sent that shit in.
Right.
It's a cap on unemployment here in Missouri. I forgot how much it is. It's like maybe 2 something a week.
It's 3 something, baby. I'm gonna tell you.
It's
that.
based off your salary, ain't it?
Fuck no. They
not
have a
anymore.
cap. They
Not
have a
anymore.
The cap is like 3. It's 380 something.
Right. So in Illinois, it's like twice as higher, 2-3 times higher than that in Illinois.
That's why Illinois broke.
Right. So yeah, it's a cap. G. It don't go. It ain't Social Security that goes off your income that you throughout your career. Right.
Right.
But unemployment, yeah, it's a cap.
So what if you have a conversation with someone, you tell them they ain't shit, but it was only you and them in the room, and there's no witness, but you told them literally you ain't shit. I guess that's your word.
It's still they gotta be on paper. Baby.
No, that right there, burden of proof. It's your word against his word, or your word against her word.
He told me I wasn't shit. How do you say? He told me I wasn't shit.
No. And
did you record it?
Exactly.
Nope.
So also about recordings. In Missouri,
you have to tell people.
You don't have to tell people.
Okay.
Illinois, you have to tell someone they're being recorded.
In Missouri, you do.
Do not.
Do not. You do not.
Oh, they told me recordings wouldn't hold up at that time. Maybe they changed. I don't know. At that time,
I'm just saying.
because I had a recording of what they told me. You're not being fired for performance. You're being fired because we're just feel that you don't fit the culture. So we're gonna try to place you on another job.
Okay.
Place me in another job. That's not firing.
They didn't. They gave me money. They offered me a severance package.
But placing
But
another
place
job
you.
sound
They
like
were
gonna
they
transfer
were
you.
giving they were helping me with a program that would help me find a job, another job.
That's stupid.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like them trying to teach me, trying to tell me, well, we know you have a daughter, and blah blah blah. You know, we have these programs. We're gonna get you signed up.
Oh, now you got a conscience.
Right.
Now you got a
They're
contract.
trying to teach you how to Dougie. Okay.
Oh, it was interesting.
I hate fucking people sometimes.
My lawyer, he was like, he felt like he had them by the balls once they came in and apologized. The attorney apologized because he knew they was wrong. He knew they was done.
Facts.
I mean, you won, so obviously they fucked
Yeah.
up. You know you
Yeah,
fucked
it
up,
was
right?
done. I probably could have fought it a little longer, but I had only worked there a year and I was just tired. I was tired of going through all.
So when
this,
you
but I
won, what was the ramifications? What did you get?
they settle out of court.
And that's what they do.
So you negotiate, right?
Right.
you
So,
Because they don't want that to hit the books.
No.
thank you. Because
Those people got fired.
one
They
thing you
did
don't
that.
want to happen. One
Well, I
thing-
only worked there a year.
she probably got a year and a half of her salary. One thing companies don't want to do
I did.
is get like a labor audit,
Yeah.
right?
Because then they have to show that, and then it's on there for what? How long?
That's
No,
exactly
what happens is just say I came in there. I say, okay, I'm working all this overtime. They're not paying me. They got faulty, practices or whatever. Once the Department of Labor get involved, they're not going to look at just me. They're going to look at
Everybody.
you and everyone else in that company. So now what they're going to do is they're going to approach you like, look, I'd rather pay you $60,000 than have to pay everybody.
I hope somebody is gaining something from this this pod right here, because somebody going through a job loss right now or something. Hope y'all get something from this, people. I really do.
I mean, hey, that's what we do.
Listeners.
We ain't always ratchet.
Right. I might
Yeah,
be.
but y'all are ratchet. Though.
We might be silly. We might be fun. But hey, when it comes to that bag,
But I will always say, make sure you are all the way in the right and be prepared to stand by yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, people that said that my lawyer could call them didn't no longer answer the phone. People that I spoke up for no longer answer my texts. They did not call me. They did not check on me.
Fear
I
of
was
retaliation.
fear of retaliation.
The
and
fear
then-
of retaliation.
But it goes against nature, right? What's the rule number one in nature?
Self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
People that I hired on my team within that organization no longer had a relationship with me, and I got them the job.
It's cool.
Right.
It came back to you, right?
It came back. But boy, it's a way that the other power.
Oh, I thought she was
takes
about to
people
sing.
away from you.
I know she's
So the way.
Voice
No, I feel like I had to cough almost, but it's a way that he had a way to
God,
take
you got
people out of
emotional.
your life. He let you know who real and fake. He separates the two. All because when you go through your real hard times, when your friends are real with you,
And the devil didn't make you go through the hard times.
He didn't. He
She's
did.
prepared.
Nice way to bring it back.
Now I'm prepared.
That was a
There
great
you go.
segment.
Your point. To his
Told
point. I love y'all. That's all I got to say. And when I get ready to get my pussy away, we gonna have another one.
Okay. Oh, can we record it?
Before?
Before I get ready to do it, or after,
How do you know if it's
I'm
gonna
gonna let the
happen?
world know on this pod what's gonna happen. So I want them all to stay tuned.
Hey, can we film it? Hey,
Now you done ran out.
hey, we need to sort of OnlyFans for this.
What I can't stand here.
It's tax deductible.
What if it's a fucked up crazy night one time? Another Friendsgiving is one of us.
Oh no, doubt it.
But wait, how you gonna know?
Yeah, you ain't gonna know. You
Like,
don't know.
it could be, you could hit them up, y'all can meet or be going on that date Thursday. Go boom Thursday, Friday, Saturday, had that boom, 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 and it's like, you know what, fuck it.
You know what? You know
Boom,
what?
boom, boom.
Yeah, the boom, boom, boom. Dub, though, he got a way of putting it. Though.
Yeah.
Don't worry yourself. It ain't gonna work out.
Okay.
No.
Well, hope this has been an informative hour of Country Cousins. This is your guy, Dub.
This is your guy, Pretty Flacco.
She got Diddy 314.
6 foot bag.
Boom shakalaka.
I think that fits.
Okay, it probably does.
But it's corny as fuck
It's
though,
corny
and
as
it,
fuck,
it
but
makes me holler every
Oh,
time.
No, I'm
It's
good.
hella corny.
You so fucking slow.
Right, you literally shake hands like you play football.
Tackle you, big ass.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
I was looking at the program.